Good morning, everybody. This is Barry Fear. Welcome to Sunday, the 7th of August, and welcome along to you and to all the viewers out there. A beautiful Sunday morning indeed out there. And thanks for joining me here. Well, I'm here to present another selection of videos for you. From the Out and About collection, which which I've put together. So I do hope that you enjoy it. While I do have you here, just so that you know, I will not be continuing the show in this format like I am now. So, I don't know when the date is, but I will let you know when my last program is here at Brave Park. So enjoy the videos that I will be putting up for you right now. The first of them is on the Story Bridge with Mark English. And this is from episode 17. And this footage was taken on May 30th. Enjoy.
Tilt it down a bit so people can...
Well, good morning everybody, and welcome back to part 2 of episode 21. I'm Barry Fearon, and here we are now at Scarborough. Now, Scarborough is a beautiful place, and here's Mark now.
Yeah, so we're at Jameson Park in Scarborough. It's right out on the tip of the Redcliffe Peninsula, and or the northern tip of the Redcliffe Peninsula. And I don't know if you can see bits and bobs in the background, but if you can see a bit of land across the water behind Barry, that's Moreton Island. So we're looking across Moreton Bay now with the camera, but we're actually facing the other way and looking across Deception Bay ourselves. So your view Moreton Bay, our view Deception Bay.
Okay, well, here are a few rules we'd like to share with you on today's show. The first of them, do not litter the park. Here's Mark now.
Absolutely, this park is in absolutely beautiful condition. We have had an absolute mountain of rain, as everyone knows, in recent times. So it's lush and green, and at the moment as we view it, not one piece of litter to be seen. So it looks stunning. Not to mention the fact that it's a stunning day.
Well, yesterday the wind was nasty.
Yes.
It really was. Well, you can just to let you viewers know why I've got a mask on. Here's Mark now.
Yeah, Barry is a bit concerned. He was out in the wind yesterday. He's feeling a bit coughy today, and has decided that he should have a mask on. So, all the mandatory times for taxi travel, etc., but just in general, just to feel more comfortable being out and about. So, doing the right thing by everybody else.
So, just recapping my good news from Friday on episode 20.
it is an exciting time for me. So 58 days I've got until I say farewell. Here's Mark now.
Yep, the countdown begins. 58 days from now, and well, we've already discussed the fact that unfortunately I'll be away for your actual leaving date, but we shall organise something for the week before for a farewell.
Sad for the Queensland viewers, but good news for NSW viewers. So it will be episode 352 when I get back to Sydney.
And when you get back to Sydney, how do you think the state of origin count's going to be by the time you get there?
I don't know.
Neither does anyone else.
So Queensland won the first state of origin, so congratulations to them. When is the next one?
Unfortunately, I don't have a clue.
So, as we said at the start of this show, or the second part of the show today, do not litter the park, do not go with your rubbish and expect other people to pick it up. Here's Mark now.
No, it's a beautiful place the way it is. I can't imagine anyone wanting to litter it anyway. But as Barry says, the expectation of just leaving rubbish lying around for someone else to pick up doesn't seem very community-minded.
So, it's the same with the taxis as well. Do not litter the taxis. Here's Mark now.
Well, I think the general theme is don't litter. There's no reason to do it, and it just creates an eyesore for everyone and work for someone else. So much better to be tidy all the time and keep your rubbish to yourself.
So don't be a tosser, guys. If it's not in the bin, it's on you. Here's Mark now.
I like that. Don't be a tosser. Seems highly appropriate. So yes, be a placer in bins, not a tosser.
So, over the past, since April, I have brought to you many shows here at Brave in Queensland. So from episode 1 to 21, okay, I will probably get up to a few more episodes before I call it a day here. Here's Mark now.
Yes, a quick calculation says to me that you've got at least 30 more opportunities. So there should be many more shows coming out of the Bray Park studio. I'm certainly expecting them.
So when you say 30 more opportunities, what do you mean by that?
Well, there's, 58 days. I'm not sure. Do you put out an episode a day or just a few episodes a week?
A few episodes a week.
Yeah, I was working on about 4, so I thought, 8 weeks, 4 episodes a week, 32 episodes to go.
Well, 32 episodes to go, so it's 21, episode 21 today.
Yep.
I will probably finish the last episode, and that will be 32.
Well, I'm at 32 more.
32 more.
Yeah, so you'd end up at 50.
So it will be the 50th episode before I bid farewell to Bray Park.
Yes, it doesn't seem like a lot.
It doesn't seem like a lot, but just to give you, Sydney, viewers of what excuse me, sorry about that, everyone. But 15 episodes might not be a lot, but just to give you Sydney viewers that I'm looking forward to having me back, I am sure that you will watch the episodes. But getting back on to the importance of keeping the park clean. Okay, moving off Sydney now. Look at that. Just look at it. Just sit down on the bench if you're here and have a good look at this bay. Here's Mark now.
Well, I have to say the park is looking stunning. Do you mind if I do a camera swing?
I'm doing camera swing.
All right. Let's give everyone a view of the park in its pristine condition. And I don't know if you can see out there, but it's low tide. Even the fishermen have given up now. Oh, hang on. There's one still out there. So, ever hopeful. Anyway, you can see what a stunning day it is. There is a gentle breeze to follow up from yesterday's extremely unpleasant and cold wind.
Yeah.
But you can see why when you see the condition of the park and how beautiful everything is around it, that you don't want the eyesore of litter.
Okay, now, the rule when traveling in a cab. We will talk about that now.
All right.
Make sure that you've got everything ready for the taxi, such as your book, your taxi book, and make sure that you ask the driver how much it is at the end of the journey. Here's Mark now.
Yep, just to be safe, always check what the fare is before you hand over the card to pay, and make sure that you know what's going on and are quite happy with whatever financial arrangements are being made.
So the fare came to $63.40. That's the full fare without the docket, so we paid $34, I think it was.
Close to that. Yes.
Close to that.
Yep. So it was just a frack under $32 that you had to pay, and yeah, the taxi voucher took care of the other half.
So always be honest with the taxi driver and told him where you want to go and where you want to be dropped at. Here's Mark now.
Yes, we do seem to have a few problems ordering taxis, particularly in shopping centres, etc., because there's no specific point of pickup that we know of. And yeah, it's very handy to be able to give the operator a specific point of pickup. It makes their life a lot easier to find you. And you know, if you're in the spot waiting, you know, you can just sort of give them away as they arrive, and they know who to pick up.
So don't just say to the driver, I've got no money, because that's very engaging.
Have you been left behind when you, have you ever told a driver that you've got no money?
I can't remember a time, but one fellow that I used to know, he didn't pay for a taxi, and the taxi driver was angry.
Yes. Yep. That's to be expected.
So we're going to do a food review after the break, and which brings us nicely onto food.
I think you're hungry.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So we'll take a break and come back with more of the show. Well, good afternoon, everybody. Here we are, back at the bay. And here's Mark.
Well, we've just enjoyed a very nice lunch at the iconic Morgan Seafood out at Scarborough, and we've just taken up position back in the park to finish off the show. And we've been, well, just travelling, seeing this part of the world.
And like we said, if you bring your rubbish in, take it out. Here's Mark.
Yep, so the theme of the day is don't litter, and as we've said, this park here, Jameson Park out at Scarborough, is absolutely beautiful condition. It's clean as a whistle, and it just is that much more attractive because it is clean and people haven't littered. So take Barry's advice, always take your rubbish with you.
And our parks are not excuse me, I might have to get Mark to explain what we did.
So we walked from one end of the park to the other, and then down the road to have lunch, come back, and it's still glorious. The wind's been very kind to us today, so just a gentle breeze still, sun shining, water looks stunning.
And we're just playing you around, so have a look. Just look at that, everyone. Just look at that. Isn't that a nice view of the bay there? Look at that.
Yeah, it's certainly a stunning day, Barry.
Very stunning day. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm wearing a mouth. Well, as you can hear, my voice is not as normal as it usually is. Here's Mark now.
Yeah, so Barry went out the other day and has developed a cough, or it was a cough this morning. Now it's a cough, a bit of a sore throat, and chest is starting to get a bit sore now too. So chances are that episode 22 could be very raspy.
Well, I'm lucky if I can get episode 21 done.
I reckon we've got most of it done, Barry, so
before we do go today, thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Here's Mark.
yes, thanks everyone for tuning in, and I hope that you've enjoyed the scenery, and if you get a chance to come out here, you should.
And the number that we rely on 24 hours a day, you know what it is. It is 000. Please do not ring that number unless you really have to. Here's Mark now.
Of course, the alternative for any non-urgent matters is all of the police stations' numbers are in the book, so to speak, although no one uses books anymore. So when you go online, it's just a matter of looking up Contact QPS or Queensland Police, and all of the stations have direct numbers other than 000. So 000 is to be reserved for emergency police work only, or emergency calls only.
Now, yesterday wind was very nasty. It's Mark now.
Yes, we've had a bit of wind over the last few days, which, combined with what by Queensland standards is freezing cold. Everyone knows in Queensland that the water freezes at about 18 degrees, so it's freezing cold, and it hasn't served very well. So luckily today is much more pleasant. Still same temperature, just no wind.
Now, if it was windy today and I was trying to do this, I would have struggled to bring it to you. Here's Mark now.
Yeah, well, not only would it have been a lot harsher on you, Barry, and probably made you cough a lot more if it was windy. I don't know how your gear goes out in the wind, but I can never talk on the phone in the wind. It's always like I don't know how to describe it. There's something wrong with the wind in the microphone anyway that ruins your vocals.
So, as I said at the start of today's program, okay, I've only got 58 days left, or 58 and a bit, because tomorrow it will be day 57 after this.
Yep.
So not very long at all. Here's Mark now.
So we've started the official countdown, and as Barry said, 58 days to go, and I'm sure that the show will keep you up to date with the pending leaving date, so there'll be more coming on that, I'm sure.
And like I said, I'm really sorry that I can't stay on views. Here's Mark now.
Well, when Barry says can't stay on, he's forgetting about the magic of his YouTube television, which reaches everywhere and can be done from anywhere. So it'll just be the end of a chapter in not coming from Bray Park anymore. But apart from that, I'm sure we'll still be seeing you, Barry.
You will, but in a different form. Here's Mark now.
Lucky for me, Barry controls all of the technology. If it was up to me, that'd be the end. There would be no more. But with the skill sets and the determination to get it done, I know there's going to be more coming.
So my battery is running a bit low, so guys, thanks for your company today, and this program has been brought to you by Scarborough Seafoods and 13 Caps. We'll get you there. See you later, everybody, before I lose my voice.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to our show today. Here we are at Scarborough once again, and this is a much better Barry Fair than on episode 21. Now, do you remember on episode 21 where I wasn't well? Yep. Well, here's Mark to tell you about it. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Barry. Yes, well, the last time we came and you were in the early stages of your COVID infection, and it just kicked off, and then you progressively went downhill as the day continued. So by the time we actually got away from here, you were under the weather, so to speak.
And even so, before we brought the last program to you, and I was not very well then, but that is all in the past now. Focusing on today, look at that marvelous view on Deception Bay. Just look at that, guys. Just look at that. Wouldn't you like to wake up with a view like that? Here's Mark with his opening view on this.
Yes, it's a beautiful view across Deception Bay to the Glasshouse Mountains and areas north of Brisbane. So from here we can see a bit of Bribie Island and coastline moving north. So yeah, it's a gorgeous day for being out and about.
So, like I said back in the studio, we had a bit of a tragedy over the weekend, but we won't spoil our day with that. So today we're going to check out Morgan's Seafood again and check out what they've got there. Here's Mark now.
Yeah, I think you've got a thing for fish and chips. So, and I know that they're not going to be running out of fish and chips anytime soon. So we're pretty well covered.
So just going back over what we discussed last time before I got really sick. Now, don't treat the park like a rubbish dump and go with your rubbish and expect people to pick it up. Because are they going to pick it up? No, they are not. Are they going to be responsible for it? No. Here's Mark.
Yeah, it's much better to be responsible for your own rubbish and do do your one tiny little bit for the rest of the community by just keeping your little patch tidy, and then you don't have to worry about anybody else's.
And the same with your dog. Clean up their dog waste as well. Here's Mum.
Well, yeah, that one's even worse because cop a fine if you don't. But again, you know, these parks are beautiful and very user-friendly, and they're user-friendly because, for the most part, people keep them in excellent condition.
Now, I couldn't finish episode 21 because I had no voice. Here's Mark.
That might be a blessing for some of you, but obviously it makes it difficult for Barry to do his show. So, you know, we're back.
We're back. And the good news is I've got plenty of time to bring you some extra shows. And that's a blessing for the Queenslanders. So today we're going to check out Morgan Seafood again, and we might even do a review on what we get for lunch today, because we didn't actually get to do a review the last time we met. And where we got dropped off in the car park, we met Peter Keith.
Yep, so Pete and Sal, work colleagues, and they just happened to be staying at the caravan park, and while we were standing in the car park looking at the caravans, I said, oh, that black dog looks a lot like Daisy. And it was. So we just happened to be standing right beside their caravan. And we had a little catch up in the car park while we waited for the taxi to come after an hour and a half or whatever it was we waited for them. So yeah, we had a lovely catch up with Pete and Sal.
And the beauty of today is that we can actually finish what we started off with. Now, just getting back to how Mark and I got sick, well,
we don't really know, do we?
We don't really know, so, you know. But
the mysteries of catching COVID. If only we could put a finger on it and say, yeah, it was at this place, but we can't. So it'll have to remain a mystery.
So the moment I got home from doing the last Scarborough episode, which was on the 14th of June, I think it was, 2 months ago, I had a rapid test and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, right on cue, the 2 lines showed up. So that's when production had to stop. Here's Mark.
Yeah, well, I mean, you didn't feel particularly well, and obviously stuck in your room as well. So that didn't help the situation for getting out and being able to do any reporting on anything. So I'm not surprised then that you had to put everything on hold, and you certainly don't feel like sharing your misery with everyone.
Well, I did have to do 1 or 2 episodes in something involved, so it was not a good 12 days. But on to some positive news. Like Mark and I said, we're going to check out the Morgan Seafood and see what we've got there. they've got them.
You're making me hungry now.
But before we did that, we had a lovely taxi driver brought us over Scarborough, and he was very good. He is Mark.
Yes, we had a lovely gentleman come and pick us up, and we didn't have to wait too long, even though it was the second company we called. After waiting for the first one for half an hour, and still no sign of even having a taxi booked. So we tried the other company, and when I rang to cancel the first one, they still hadn't found a taxi. So we would have been waiting a long time.
So, just going over what happened just a little bit, okay? I won't go into too much detail on the show because I will get quite emotional. So, as you know, I am the only person at the house at the moment, but that's all I will say at this point of time. But getting back to the positive side, we must remember the good times that we had with someone. Here's Mark now.
Yeah, it's been a tragedy. One of Barry's housemates passed away very unexpectedly, and so apart from the shock of having someone pass away unexpectedly, he was a friend and a housemate, and obviously take it pretty hard. So it's been a difficult time for you.
And here's to you, Marty. This show is dedicated to you, mate, because I know you love to get out and about, so I'm dedicating part of this program to you. And may you rest in peace, mate. Here's Mark.
Yes, it's a fitting tribute. You're right, Marty did love to get out and socialise, and you will miss him. So, as you say, rest in peace.
So after the break, we will come back and do a fish and chip review, and we might even do a review outside the shop.
Well, we can sit inside the eating area and do a review while we're there.
Yep, so coming up after the break, guys, get your plates, knives and forks.
I was going to say, just get your serviettes because we're not sharing.
Get your serviettes, guys, because we're about to see what Morgan Seafood has in store for not just Mark and myself, but for you as well.
For anyone that wants to be there.
For anyone that wants to be there, come along to Morgan Seafood. You will love it, guys. So if you're ever in the Scarborough area, guys, whip on in, because that's what we're going to do. And we'll be back with you after the break.
See you soon.
You are watching episode 27 of this special program now, and a fitting tribute to my flatmate. Well, good afternoon and welcome back. Promised you a feast here at Morgan Seafood and you are about to get it. So on the menu today we have 4 scallops, some fried flathead and a serve of chips. Mark now to show you that.
Yep, so we've placed our order and we're in the ever-present queue waiting for our number to be called. And yeah, as Barry said, we've got some flathead, sea scallops and chips on the way. Looking forward to it.
And we might even show you when we get it. So
Before we eat it all.
So this is the Morgan Seafood place here. Here it is there. Here's Mark.
Yeah, so we're at Morgan Seafood at Scarborough. It's a lovely little spot on the marina, and it has a beautifully covered outside seating area for anyone that wants to just grab their takeaway and come and sit here and eat. And then, you know, beautiful view over the water, as I said, and it's a very, very attractive place to come. Lots of facilities.
And you've also got the boat club there, and they go at breakfast on Sunday morning, so if you're ever up early, drop on down to the boat club. They've got an $8 breakfast there. Here's Mark.
Yes, I said to Barry I've never been, but I've always been keen to go to the boat club, but it's you know, not being a member and not being a frequent visitor, I've just never taken the opportunity.
So, this is a selection of what you can get here. It's showing you what you can get here. Just look at that. So, you can get oysters, scallops, prawns, the lot. Here's Mark.
Yep, the full selection, and because it is in fact attached to the marina and they do have their own trawlers, everything is absolutely fresh.
So, if you're ever down here, guys, come on down to Morgan Seafood. Here's Mark.
I really don't know what else to add to that other than give it a crack.
Okay, so we're going to talk about a seafood basket. What is it? Now, a seafood basket, guys, is basically a mixture of prawns, scallops and oysters and calamari. Here's Mark.
I was going to say they call it a trawler pack here. So the trawler pack has the prawns, scallops, fish, chips, bread rolls, sauce, all together. So a little bit of everything.
And if you're ever down here, there's the address there. There you go. And there's the children's playground as well. Here's Mark.
Yeah, as I said, it's got lots of facilities, particularly this outdoor eating area that they built fact multiple pavilions with seating for a very substantial number of people. Basically, you can order from the table or just go and order takeaway and come and sit out here. Up to you how you want to work it. There's a beautiful park across the street as well. So a beautifully kept park, lawns are lovely, lots of shade, seating areas, parking areas. So as well as the facilities that the Morgans has itself, there's also a lot of room outside of the facility for those people that either want to have a large group and sit on their own in the park, or just prefer to go and sit in the park.
So, like I said last time, I couldn't finish episode 21 because of my voice. Here we go. Here's Mark, I should say.
Yeah, well, Barry lost his voice, and well, you lost the will to finish the video at the end of the day because you were just too unwell. So it's good to be back, and I'm sure you'll enjoy today's fish and chips more.
Yep, so just going over what we're going to have. I'm having the flathead today. With some chips. Here's Mark now.
Yep, well, flathead, few sea scallops, and a few chippies. I wish I didn't love chippies as much as I do, but that's life.
So when our order is called, we will show you what we've got and give you a review on this and the score.
There you go.
So this is a much better episode than the last one that we did. Here's Mark.
Yep, the frame of mind's a lot better, that's for sure. So, as long as I'm sure Barry's going to be enjoying his food a lot more than last time, where it was more function.
More function and all of that. So guys, episode 21 did not get off to a good start that day, I can tell you that. But that's all been behind us now. I'm warmed up and bring you Here's Mark now.
Well, all I can say is I'm just looking forward to the number getting called now. I didn't think I was as hungry as I was until I placed the order.
So while we're waiting for our order, let's show you some of the boats we've got there.
Alright, so this is a little view of some of the facilities that Morgans have. As I said, multiple pavilions with seating for a lot of people, and right on the marina. So beautiful aspect.
And we're going there, but please do not feed the birds. Let's show you that sign there is one.
Yeah. They're just showing you one to give you a hint of which birds in particular not to feed.
Well, it is very important, guys, not to feed the animals. Here's marking them.
They're extremely well fed as it is, and they want for nothing, and they do become a genuine pest.
A very big pest. So I mean, if you're ever in the Scarborough area, guys, just take a look. Have a look. Don't sit at home doing nothing on a beautiful Monday. Any day will work. But remember, once you are finished with your cardboard boxes, dispose of it in the bin. If it's not in the bin, it is on you. Here's Mark.
This plays into the whole littering issue, and obviously the message has been getting across, because the parks, even though it is very well used, it's a very clean place and a lovely place to visit. The parks are exceptionally well cared for.
But don't be a tosser, guys, and go with your rubbish, because that is littering the park. And you will get a fine if you don't clean up. Here's Mark.
Well, just avoid the fine by not leaving a mess.
Because like we said on episode 21, okay, don't ever litter parks. There's no reason. There's no reason to. Here's Mark.
Yep, so this is a stunning place, as I said, and well worth a trip for anyone that just wants to, get outside for a little while. There is a mountain of room. It's easy to get a park. There's facilities like this that provide, food, etc. While you're here, and the parks are absolutely beautiful for anyone that just wants to get outside and have a bit of fresh air and get around.
And it's a good way of getting rid of some of the grief as well.
Well, you want to keep yourself a little bit busy and try and be normal rather than wallow in sorrow. So whilst it's a terrible thing that's happened, you need to continue on with your life and doing what you've got to do.
So we might take a break and bring you back when our food arrives.
Sounds good.
And the time is now. What time is it?
1:45.
42. We've still got an hour of this program to go, so don't you go away, and we'll have more of our coverage here at Scarborough with Mark and myself. It's Monday, the 11th of July, and we're back in action, guys. So stick around, there's more to come.
All right. Pause for.
Okay, guys, here we got our water. We've got our water here. The chips and the scallop and the pig. Here's Mark now.
All right, so all that remains for us to do now is eat it and then tell you about it, whilst not sharing any of it.
So let's start off with some of this lovely crumb fish.
Go for your life, Barry. Hang on, I'll chop up a bit more.
Yeah. You have the scallops, man.
Do you want to try one?
Yeah, I'll just try one.
There you go.
So, this is a scallop here, guys. So, this here is a flathead.
Only if you catch it.
What have you got, Mark?
Basically the same. So I didn't separate it out. I do have a passion for scallops. Shall I pause while we eat?
Yeah.
Alright.
Welcome back, everybody, and we just finished our review on the fish and chips, and it was absolutely beautiful. Here's Mark to open the last bit of the show with that.
Alright, so just to tease you, that's what we've left for your eating pleasure. I told Barry those chips were bad for him, so he's just left them because, well, just because. But apart from that, the fish and the scallops were both beautifully moist, beautiful cook on them, and chips were lovely and crisp. So all round, exceptionally nice lunch.
And this is a better end to this episode than the last one. Here's Mark now.
Well, Barry knows his own name today at the end of this episode, which is better than last time. So, absolutely better end than last time.
Where I said I had to cut the video short because I was sounding more like Barry White.
You wish.
I wish. So, a fitting tribute to my flatmate. Rest in peace, buddy. I will miss you. Thank you for sharing your life with me. And here's Mark.
Yeah, I'm sure you're going to miss Marty. He's, you weren't in the house together for long, but he was a lovely man and you got on well, so it's a crying shame, obviously.
So, as we end this episode today, we must not wallow. Think of the happy memories that we share with people. Here's Mark now to close the show with that.
Yeah, so we will miss Marty and obviously remember him fondly, and you know, I'm sure that Marty's going to live on in your memory for a long time, Barry, and very sad to see him gone, but as you say, you've got to carry on regardless and enjoy your life.
And as we leave you today, I'm not gonna say I better go because I'm losing my voice, because that was on episode 21. So, on behalf of myself and Mark, we thank you for joining us for this special
tribute today. Here he is for his farewell.
Yep, I'd like to say farewell, and sorry we couldn't share our lunch with you in essence, but you know, suffice it to say, very enjoyable, and we will be back.
We will be back with you next Monday, but who knows where. Here's Mark now.
It'll all be a mystery, revealed only on Monday when we decide.
But
Have a great week.
And until then, ladies and gentlemen, it's bye from myself, Barry, Fear and Mark. Have a good afternoon, and take us out. Look at the view. And the number that we rely on 24 hours a day, you know what it is. I've finished every episode with that, and then it's 000. Please don't be an idiot and ring them up, because they won't deliver your fish and chips to you in the middle of the night. Here's Mark to take us out with that message now.
Absolutely, Barry. That phone line needs to be kept clear for people with genuine emergencies, and there seems to be enough issues with that at the moment, with COVID and the lack of actual workers being on the ground to help people. It's more important than ever to make sure that we don't abuse the services that we have.
So, from us now, have a safe Monday night, and I will catch you next time around on the daily edition of the Daily Wraps. Have a great afternoon, everybody. Bye-bye.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Well, I do hope that you've enjoyed the selection of videos that I have presented for you. Do stay around, because I've got plenty more videos coming your way over the next couple of months here. And let me know what your favorite episode has been so far whilst I've been here at Bray Park. I'd like to hear from you about it. But until then, have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.